Today we are going to learn how to conjugate the verb tener. Now remember that when you conjugate a verb, that means that you are changing the form of the verb to match the person that is doing the action. So to start conjugating tener, we need to first know what tener means. Tener means to have in Spanish. Now in this unit, the verb tener is used with classes and classroom activities. When we conjugate the verb to have in English, its forms are as follows. I have, you have, he or she has, and you have formal. Then we have, you all have. Remember, this form is only in Spain. They have, and you all have. So notice how some of the verbs have to change a little bit, or it would sound silly to us in English. So for example, we wouldn't say I has brown hair. You need to say have. And we wouldn't say that she have brown hair. You need to make sure that you say has. So the same goes for Spanish. We need to make sure that we are conjugating our verbs correctly so that our sentences make sense. So the first thing that we have to remember are our subject pronouns. So the way that we say I in Spanish is yo. The way that we say you in a familiar way is tú. He is él, she is ella, and you formal is usted. We is the word nosotros, or it can be nosotras. You all in Spain is vosotros, or vosotras. They is either ellos or ellas, depending on who you're talking about. And you all, and everywhere but Spain, is ustedes. Now let's get started with conjugating our verb. So the yo form of the verb tener, which means I have, is the word tengo. Again, this means I have. The way of saying you have in a familiar manner is tienes. The él, ella, usted form, meaning he has, she has, or you formal have, is tiene. Now remember with this form that you always have to use the subject pronouns because tiene can go with so many different people that we need to make sure that it is clarified. The nosotros form, meaning we have, is tenemos. The vosotros form, meaning you all have, is tenéis. And the ellos, ellas, ustedes form, meaning they have or you all have, is tienen. So again, we have tengo, tienes, tiene, tenemos, tenéis, and tienen. There are a couple questions down here below. ¿Tienes tarea? And tenemos clase el lunes. We're going to come back to these in class so that you can learn how to answer questions with this verb tener. The next thing that you need to know is tener que. It has the verb tener, but it is followed by the word que, means to have to. So for example, I have to do my homework. So this phrase, tener que, is always followed by an infinitive. An infinitive verb is a verb that has not yet been conjugated. So this means that it is a verb that will end in either AR, ER, or IR because its ending has not yet been taken off and changed. So take a look down below at the first example. This first example says tengo que estudiar. So we have the verb tener conjugated, followed by que, followed by an infinitive verb. And we know that this verb is infinitive because it still ends in AR. So we need to figure out first what tango means. So if you look up at the chart, we will figure out that tango means I have. Since it is followed by the word que, we know that this phrase means I have to. So I have to, and then what is it that you have to do? Estudiar means study. So I have to study. To show me that you watched this video, please do the same thing with this next example. Ellos tienen que comer.